Welcome to New York City, the city that never sleeps. Forget the tourist traps, the Mickey Mouse nonsense. We're going deep. Join me as we explore Manhattan like a local over the next 4 days. You'll get a real taste. No, scratch that. The real, raw, uncut flavor of what this city's all about. We're talking hole-in-the-wall eateries, dive bars that have seen some things, and neighborhoods tourists wouldn't dare set foot in. Over the next 4 days, we're gonna walk these crowded streets, ride the subway, and rub shoulders with the real New Yorkers. This ain't no glossy brochure, folks. This is about the grit, the grime, and the glory of the greatest city on earth. So buckle up, grab a slice of pizza. We'll tell you where to get the good stuff, and get ready for a wild ride. This is Manhattan, baby, and we're just getting started. Let's kick things off right with a pilgrimage. We're ditching the cabs, forget the subway, and using our own 2 feet. We're talking about the Brooklyn Bridge, baby. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, Bourdain. You're slipping, taking us to a tourist trap. But trust me on this one. This ain't about the bridge itself, it's about the view. As we walk, the city rises in front of us like some steel and glass jungle. The East River flows below, carrying the hopes and dreams of a million strivers and hustlers. You feel the energy of the city pulsing all around you. It seeps into your bones, man. This feeling, you start noticing the details, the rust on the bridge's steel cables, a testament to time and resilience. The graffiti on the pillars, a scream for recognition from the forgotten corners of the city. The faces of the people passing by, each one a story etched in lines of joy, struggle, and hope. This walk, this is where you start to understand that New York City ain't just a place. It's a state of mind. It's a beast that chews you up and spits you out, leaving you wanting more. And trust me, you're gonna want more. All right, all that walking works up an appetite. We're heading to Brooklyn Heights, a neighborhood where brownstones stand shoulder to shoulder and the smell of fresh bagels hangs heavy in the air. Forget your fancy brunch spots. We're talking about a real deal, no-nonsense local joint. This place has been here for decades, churning out the same greasy spoon goodness day in and day out. The coffee's strong enough to wake you up, the bacon's crispy, and the eggs, well, they're eggs. You get your coffee, you get your food, you eat, you enjoy. No frills, no fuss, just honest-to-goodness grub. But that's the beauty of it, you see. It's a place where you can be yourself. No judgment. You got construction workers sitting next to Wall Street suits, artists next to cops, all brought together by the simple need to fuel up for the day. It's a reminder that beneath all the labels, we're all just a bunch of hungry souls looking for a decent meal. So grab a stool at the counter, soak it all in. The clatter of plates, the murmur of conversations, the hiss of the griddle. This is the real New York, raw and unfiltered. All right, time to face the ghosts that haunt this city. We're headed to Ground Zero, the site of the World Trade Center. Now, I know this isn't your typical tourist spot, but trust me, it's a place you gotta see to understand the soul of this city. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum stand as a stark reminder of that day, the day the world changed. You see the names etched in the stone, thousands of them, each one a life lost, a story unfinished. You feel a chill run down your spine, a knot in your stomach. The sheer magnitude of the loss hits you like a punch to the gut. But amidst the sorrow, you also feel a sense of resilience, of defiance. The city rebuilt, stronger, tougher, the spirit of New York, that never say die attitude. It shines through even in the darkest of times. It's a place of reflection, of remembrance, of quiet contemplation. It's a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, the human spirit endures. The sun's setting, casting long shadows over the avenues. Our 4 days are almost up, but the night is young. We're headed to the East Village, a neighborhood that pulsates with a raw, untamed energy. This is where the city comes alive after dark. Forget your fancy cocktail lounges and overpriced speakeasies. We're talking about dimly lit bars with sticky floors where the music hits you like a shot of cheap whiskey. The air is thick with cigarette smoke, cheap perfume, and the promise of a good time. We belly up to the bar, order a couple of shots of something strong and cheap. The bartender, a grizzled old-timer with 1,000 stories etched on his face, gives us a knowing nod. He's seen it all, heard it all, and poured another million drinks. The music washes over us, a mix of punk, rock, and whatever the kids are calling it these days. The crowd is a mix of artists, musicians, students, and burnouts, all looking for a release, a connection, a moment of escape from the everyday grind. This is the real New York, raw, unfiltered, and full of life. So there you have it, 4 days in Manhattan, a whirlwind of sights, sounds, and tastes. From the heights of the Brooklyn Bridge to the depths of a dive bar in the East Village, we've tasted the real flavor of this city. We've walked with ghosts, rubbed shoulders with hustlers, and shared meals with the souls who call this concrete jungle home. You see, New York City ain't just a place, it's an experience. It's a punch in the face, a shot of adrenaline, a love song played on a broken saxophone. It'll chew you up, spit you out, and leave you begging for more. So go on, get lost in its streets, lose yourself in its rhythm, discover its secrets, taste its flavors, and embrace its chaos. You might just find a piece of yourself you never knew existed.